Hello, I am Kate Hollins and I am doing Dale Chihuly, and from this picture you can see that he is a glass artist. This great talent of his began when he started studying interior design at the University of Washington, and it piqued his passion of glass. From there, in 1968, he started working in a glass factory in Venice, and it was here he discovered his technique that he would use throughout his career. In 1971, he confounded a glass school in Washington state, and this led him on the path of making glass art. Because of this, he has more than 200 museum collections worldwide. One of his more prominent pieces that I enjoy is at the Joslin Art Museum. These two pictures are of the bigger pieces at the museum. I find these to be beautiful because it defies what glass is supposed to be used for. He turned it into something more. The image on the right I find really special because of how long it must have taken him to hand blow all those pieces. And the one on the left is really amazing too because that's a ceiling, and it's this huge ceiling that stretches this entire hallway filled with just these glass flat flowers. It's just beautiful. This picture is of the towering structure on the previous page, and it shows how each piece interlocks together to create this masterpiece. All I think when I look at this is just wow. It strikes me how much love and time and effort he put into each individual piece to create that. It makes me wonder how he even visualized that and where he got his inspiration from. It inspired me to work with glass. And this man is what made me love glass and want to work with it with my packaging career. Now these are some other pictures of other items that are residing at the museum. One that really sticks out to me is the logs on fire. I love how he took a common item and made it extravagant because the glass is the fire. I like how he uses glass to make everyday things so much more beautiful and have more meaning. You can't help but look at it because it's not fire, it's glass, yet it seems to fit so perfectly to accent the very nature of fire. The next work I like of his is at the Royal Botanical Gardens, where he really does a wonderful job of merging nature and glass together. This is probably one of my favorite pieces there and all around by him. It's whimsical to me. The fountain itself is beautiful, but those glass bubbles bobbing around just add so much more to it. It draws you into the fountain and to the glass itself. It's just such a different way of using glass, plus all the color usage. It's like drops of happiness that fell in the water. Now, these are some of his other pieces at the gardens. His pieces stand alone, yet he makes them here accent other things at the same time, like the blue flowers coming out of the water. It draws you into the water, into the lilies, and you really believe that that glass is actually a flower. Also the green grass that isn't grass at all. It draws you into the fact of what grass could actually look like and how beautiful it is. And not only does it change the image of glass, it draws you itself to the nature around it, which is probably the whole point of this presentation. He said he got his first inspiration to play with glass when he saw a little girl pick up a piece of glass on the beach, and he was transfixed by its transparency. And the first time he made a bubble in glass, he thought it was so magical that that's all he ever wanted to do after that. One of his quotes that I enjoy is, "I have never been good at explaining where my inspiration comes from. It comes from everywhere, from everything, from all things at all times." I think it does an apt description of describing his pieces as well. They are everywhere and they can be anything. I can honestly say I have no dislikes from his work. My favorites have to be the floating glass balls in the water. It's one of his more simpler works of art, but it just speaks to me for some reason. I know I probably could sit there forever and just watch them bob around. I also love his chandeliers that he creates. They are so beautiful and huge, it amazes me how much time goes into them. I'd be terrified they'd fall and shatter if I made them. I guess I really like Dale Chihuly because all his pieces you can see the love for his work.